What's up guys, Braden here with SuperATV, and today I'm going to be showing you how to install SuperATV's glass windshield on this Can-Am Maverick X3. The installation process is going to be identical from 2 to 4 seats, so let's go ahead and get rolling. So the first thing we're going to do is grab our vents. We're going to install them on our windshield. You just want to make sure that they open and close. When they close, they block off all of the airflow, just like this here, open. And we'll take our thumb screws, run these down. We'll do this for both sides. Then we're going to grab our foam seal. This is going to go right here on this edge. Just take our foam. Run it right to this point here. And then what you can do is grab a hold of the foam, put your hand on it, peel it off right there on the edge, or you can cut it either way. It tears just as easy as it cuts. We're just going to repeat the same steps over here on the opposite side. Now we're going to grab our bulb seal. This is going to be the inside of the windshield, so we're going to make sure that the bulb portion of the seal is facing towards the inside. We're going to start it right here on this edge. And we're just going to run it all the way to the opposite side. All right, now going to the upper portion, same thing, bulb facing towards the inside. We're going to start here, run to the opposite side, cut off the excess. Now we're just going to cut off the excess right here. So now what you're going to do is grab your clamp. You're going to have 4 clamps in the kit. There's going to be 4 positions for the clamp. This is going to be one here. We're going to have one here, as well as in the same locations on the opposite side. So what you're going to do is disassemble all 4 of your clamps. You're going to have this steel sleeve that's in this rubber grommet. What I like to do is just take the screw, push that sleeve out. So remove it completely. Then you have just your rubber. I like to take a little bit of lubrication, whether it's WD-40 or anything that's similar to that. Lube it up a little bit. When you take it, slide it into the windshield, just like so. We'll wipe off the excess lubrication there once we're all wrapped up. Slide the steel sleeve back in. So then we'll take our bolt, slide it through from the bottom side, so the outside coming in. Take the clamp. I like to just bend it open like this. Slide it onto the screw and start the nut. So this makes it easy for whenever you go to install this. All you gotta do is wrap the clamp around the tube, hook it up, put the nut on, tighten your hardware, and the windshield's installed. So we're gonna continue doing this for the rest of 3 clamp mounting holes. So now what you're gonna do is grab your wiper handle and you're gonna fully disassemble it. So when you fully disassemble it, you'll have all these components laid here. You wanna grab the flat washer, slide it on to this piece up against the nut, and then the rubber washer. So the rubber's gonna make contact on the frame. So install it like this, drop another rubber washer down, drop a flat washer. And then take our nut, and we're just gonna run this nut up by hand. We're not gonna fully tighten it just yet, just in case we have to make any minor adjustments. Like so. Then you're gonna grab the wiper arm. Now you need to flip this. Now be careful, this is spring loaded so it can pinch you. Like that. We're gonna take our handle and put it on the wiper arm through the windshield. So it'll be just like this. You wanna make sure that you line it up straight. You don't want it lined up like this. You wanna make sure that everything's kind of straight together there. Drop this in. So we're just gonna make sure that this lines up straight with our handle. Just like that. Take our 10mm nut, start it on the bottom. Once you have it started, just go ahead and fully tighten it. So we'll grab a 10mm wrench and fully tighten that. This needs to be pretty tight so it really tightens down onto the splines. That should be good. Then you take your wiper, and if you've ever installed a windshield wiper before, it's the same exact process here. This tab in the center lines up with the tab on the wiper, so I can kind of flip this up here for you to show you. So this will go on here just like so. It'll kind of click into place like that. And then just go ahead and pull the protective cover off, and then it'll lay right on the windshield, just like this. So now we're ready to install our windshield to the machine. So you're gonna need to have your roof slid back or removed, depending on what roof you have. We have a SuperATV roof, so we just slid it back, we removed the 4 bolts. But now what we're gonna do is wrap our tube clamps that we previously installed around the tubes on the cage. We have the upper. Whenever we laid this windshield on here, I did have to have some help. I recommend that you have help as well. Pretty heavy windshield. It's better to be careful than to not be careful and have an accident with this. So we made sure that our clamps up top here were over top of the tube on the cage. Lowers are ready to be wrapped around. We're just gonna wrap the clamp around, remove the nut, and go ahead and put the clamp on and tighten the hardware. So it's gonna be kind of hard for y'all to see, but all I'm doing is just wrapping this clamp around. Just remove this nut, take the clamp, now it will be pretty tight, but that's good. You want it to fasten down tight to the cage. What I like to do is just push on it and then apply pressure to the windshield and my clamp and get my nut started. Usually I only get a couple threads. That's perfectly acceptable. So we went around and we got all our hardware started on all of our clamps. Now we're just gonna go through and fully tighten them all. Just a Phillips and then a 10mm wrench. I just use a drill with the Phillips on it. You can use a screwdriver, this is just a little bit faster. Also, last thing you want to tighten are the 2 nuts here for the windshield, for the windshield wiper. You want to make sure that you get this adjusted according to whatever roof that you have. Some you may need to go a little shallower, some it's acceptable to have more thread hanging out. Our setup's going to be good to go. All right guys, so once you have all your hardware fully tightened, that's all there is to it to install SuperATV's full glass windshield on this Can-Am Maverick X3. Be sure to check the description below to pick yours up today. And while you're there, drop a like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.